Happy 1st of December, guys. I am so excited. I love Christmas. And Christmas, thank goodness, for most people is a wonderful time. But for some, Christmas can also be an emotional, challenging time. Let's just face it, some families just coexist better than others. But chances are that even with a well-functioning family, you'll probably still feel some of the stress of a schedule that can get really cramped, balancing a budget for all of the Christmas gifts that you want to buy, figuring out the logistics of when to see who and where to go for Christmas, and then who to see the day after that, and just not enough time to do any of it. But I love Christmas, so today I want to share some of the ways that we as a family over the years have tested and tried to slow down as a family. It is possible to have this time of Christmas to enjoy and to really take in this beautiful season. Christmas can easily become a busy time, and I try continually to remind myself of what's at the heart of Christmas. And that is a little baby was born who ended up dying for all of my sins on the cross 33 years later. I can have a relationship with God because of that baby. And that is the heart of what we celebrate. When things get a little crazy around me, I try to bring myself back to that reality and lean into gratitude for that. I also really try to adapt the mindset and choose the mindset of glass half full. It's not always easy, but it helps me not to get too serious about things or too uptight about certain details. Especially if plans change or I might have too high expectations of something. So what if the sauce has lumps? Just strain it out. You're not completely sure about that one Christmas present you got one of your friends? Just put the receipt in with the wrapping and they can get the money back and buy something that they really want. Nervous about the Christmas weather, what it'll be like, if it'll snow, if it'll all turn into chaos. The reality is it'll probably be just fine. So bring some snacks and some really good music, and then you'll be ready. Even if there's a lot of traffic and you might get slowed down for a few hours, you'll be fine. It is annoying, yes, but it's not super important. Remember that baby in the manger? That's important. So just take a deep breath and release some of all that stress of planning and cooking weird Christmas meals that you only cook once a year, so you never really remember the recipe, and all of the funky logistics and weird communication that can be going on for this season. Just release it. And it's kind of my little Christmas heart, mind, and soul trio here, because we have the heart, what's at the core, then we have the mind, the mindset of seeing the possibilities and not stressing over small things, so cup half full, and then we have the soul. And I really, really love this section from John Mark Comer's book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and I often go back to this and I want to read it to you. The story goes like this. It's the height of British colonialism. An English traveler lands in Africa, intent on a rapid journey into the jungle. He charters some local porters to carry his supplies. After an exhausting day of travel, all on foot, and a fitful night of sleep, he gets up to continue the journey. But the porters refuse. Exacerbated, he begins to cajole, bribe, plead, but nothing works. They will not move an inch. Naturally, he asks why. The answer? They are waiting for their souls to catch up with their bodies. Letty Cowman, in her telling of this story, wrote, "This whirlwind rushing life which many of us live does for us what that first march did for those poor jungle tribesmen. The difference, they knew what they needed to restore life's balance. Too often, we do not. That sentence just really strikes a nerve with me every time I hear it. Let our souls catch up with our bodies. How can I let my soul catch back up with my body this Christmas? I do it a lot by going back to the baby at the heart of it, and for choosing the glass half full mindset. And I do it a lot by making sure that we have enough time to breathe and relax. But we don't just sit around at home all the time. We love to do activities for Christmas. We have this great outdoor museum where we live that's called Gamle By, which is Old Town. And it's basically these beautiful old buildings from 1800s moved to here from all over the country. And they kind of showcase old life, but there's no cars, there's no traffic, they have horse carriages, and it is beautiful for Christmas. So we always make sure to go there at least once. We hang out with friends a lot. We do different activities, and we love to bake, especially pebernødder, and we love to make æbleskiver as well and eat that with friends. And to make gifts, we love it all. And we do it all. We just do it all with planning as well. So we plan in buffer and pockets of air where there's no plans and we know that we can always just relax. And the activities that we do, we do them slowly. We light a candle when we bake. We bake very slowly. We have lots of chats and talks, and we sample quite a lot of dough. That's part of the process. If we're doing gift shopping, we buy 2, maybe 3 gifts at a time, and we always make sure to know ahead what that person wants and check out a wish list or something so we have a pretty good idea what we're going for. So we're not overwhelming ourselves with everything else that's going on in the stores. So we're pretty focused, and we always make sure to have time either as a break or at the end to just sit down and have a hot chocolate together and some Danish pastries. We have excellent pastries in Denmark, and we just sit down and enjoy each other's company. We kind of recuperate a little bit and look at all of the beautiful lights around. We also honestly just love sitting around in the afternoons in building Christmas Legos. This is something we started doing a few years back, where I really love putting together Legos, and I think it's really fun to have something to do. So we just purchased a set of the Christmas Lego. They have these really cute little houses, and this is not a sales commercial. Do not go out and buy Legos for money you don't have. But for us, we just decided that we love to build it. So building it every November, December is really fun for us. It's a great activity to do in the afternoon. It's slow, we put on some music, we light a candle, and then we just sit there and put these Legos together and have a lovely, relaxing time doing it. And then when we get to New Year's, we take them all apart, put them back into bags, and then store them away. And then they're ready for next year, and we do the same thing over again. We also have a lot of plans with friends during the weekend, but we try to make sure that we only have one plan per day. So if we're doing something with friends during the day, then we don't do anything at night, and the other way around. Sometimes it does happen where there's like a birthday or a party or something on top of everything, but it's not ideal, and we do what we can to schedule around it because it wears us out. And hanging out with some friends after church is usually fine for us. It's just a few hours and it's very relaxing. So I guess that doesn't really count as 2 activities. For some people, it might. Way back in episode 5, I shared how I plan our summers, and I do exactly the same when it comes to our December month. I print out the sheets, and then I plot in the big rocks, and then I plan spaces around them. And then we fill in all of the shorter, less demanding activities around it. It has worked for us for years, and I really recommend that you go back and listen to that episode if you're thinking you need some practical ideas for your holiday schedule. because having kind of a strategy for how to deal with the scheduling of stuff and how to spread things out so each activity remains enjoyable and doesn't just become overwhelming and exhausting, that is very key to us. And I recently just printed out all 6 weeks that it stretches from December 1st until Max is back in school in January, and just started plotting everything in there so we have a good overview. And we've already filled in quite a lot of the big rocks and trying to schedule around them. In the description of episode 5, there's also a link to a downloadable weekly schedule that you can print out, and then you can use that. I really hope that these things and these ideas will help you set yourself up to have a wonderful, life-giving, and slow Christmas. And through this beautiful season, come back to the heart. Jesus was born. That's what it's all about. The rest is just sprinkles. Happy Christmas season, guys. Bye.